Hey guys, welcome to a brand new week. Today is Monday, and it's my first day on the job, but unfortunately, I might not have to go to work because there's a T8 typhoon warning. In Hong Kong, when there's a T8 warning, schools and most businesses are closed. A lot of public transit is suspended until further notice, until the warning goes down to a 3. So right now, wow, look at my glorious hair. Anyway, just got off the phone with my boss and then off the phone with my colleague who's training me today. So basically, with a T8 warning and typhoon, you're not supposed to go to work. So I didn't know that. I know that they take it seriously, but not that serious. So basically, a lot of the public transit is suspended during this time. And businesses are usually closed until they get a warning saying it's 3 and it's safer. So right now, the Hong Kong Weather Observatory says that the typhoon technically should let up around 11 a.m. So what businesses usually do when they get that warning is at 11 a.m., if it is true, then within an hour and a half of that warning being dropped, stores are open after that. So if it's at 11 a.m., so the store will be open at 12. Business will be required to open at 12:30, which means I will have to get to work by 12:30. Which is interesting because most people, once they get that, will have to start getting ready to work and, start heading into transit, which means that was probably the busiest time for transit because everything's starting to open up. But luckily for me, I wouldn't have to head out the door right at 11 because I live so close to work. I could probably wait till like 12-ish to get to work. Well, that's interesting. One thing to learn on my very first day. So when there's typhoon warning, I wait for the warning to drop to a 3. And then within an hour and a half, I have to get to work. So basically, I should still get ready for work, so I'm ready to go. But it doesn't take me an hour and a half to get to work, which is a good thing. So yeah, I guess originally my plan was to head to work around 9:30. Instead, I'm just going to chill right now. I still have to wake up. I just chill and then I'll have some breakfast. Luckily, I bought some pastries yesterday, so I'm just going to chill for now. Alright, I just got home. Sorry I didn't vlog much today. I didn't feel comfortable, didn't think it was professional to bring my vlogging camera out. First day of work, very eventful start with the typhoon situation happening. I thought I would have to make up for the time I missed by the morning, but I don't have to. I was surprised that we're done at 6:30, which is amazing. Met my colleague Suki. She keeps thinking we're colleagues on the same level. First of all, her thinking process, I admire her for thinking like that we're on the same level, but I'm never going to treat her as the same level as me because she has so much knowledge and she's extremely nice, patient, and she made me feel very welcome. And she threw a lot of information at me, but she always kept saying, don't worry about it too much. You know, I'm just throwing things at you. Don't let it get to you if you don't remember anything. I'm remembering all the most important stuff, like the operational part, but not all these little secrets she's giving me because it's a lot of information. But she kept saying, you know, I'm happy you're here. We're on the same level. You know, you don't have to treat me any differently. I'm like, in my mind, girl, no way. She's definitely earned my respect within 20 minutes of meeting her. Like, I already talked to her on the phone a couple of times, but I'm meeting her in person, and she knows what she's doing. She's a very strong, determined store manager, and I'm going to learn a lot from her. And she keeps saying we're on the same level, and we are. We're both store managers. But I'm never going to see it like that. I'm always going to see her as up here. She's definitely earned my respect, and I'm always going to see her like this, no matter how much she thinks we're on the same level. That is very different from Vans. See, at Vans, when I was working there, you know, when a store manager's been there for a very long time, they've kind of occurred the, oh my god, he's been a long time, I should respect him, blah, 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 you know, so forth. And those store managers that have been there for a long time actually demand that respect, thinking, hey, I'm senior store manager, I've been here longer than you, I know what I'm doing, so shut up and listen to me. That culture is, it's pretty strong in Hong Kong too. I'm surprised, but a good thing for me, Suki isn't like that. But honestly, I'm always going to continue to put her on a pedestal because she's amazing. But in Vans, I encounter that problem quite often. Because even with me being more of a tenured store manager, because I've been there for 6 years, the new ones coming in showing, oh my god, James, I always go to you for things, you're the best, you know, I gotta respect you. I'm like, don't do that. You know, don't worry about that. I'm here to help you. And blah, blah, blah. And that's how I always earn respect. There's one store manager I've always looked up to through my whole time there, and that's Nick from the Surrey store. He's always been a bountiful of wisdom. He always wants to help. Even when you don't ask, he helps. And he calls to check in. Him is a good example of a strong store manager and has a good sense of, you know, being a team. And that's why he's earned my respect. There's another store manager that I absolutely detest at Vans, and he has not earned my respect, and I think he's a piece of shit, actually. And the funny thing is, he's supposed to train new store managers. I'll give you a quick example of why he shouldn't be a trainer and why he shouldn't deserve respect, is that he gets annoyed if you ask him simple questions. He never reaches out, and any little inconvenience, he gets upset. That person should not be a trainer. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm rambling along. Overall, it was a good first day, except for the typhoon. It was a lot of information. I'm completely burnt out, and I think I looked really concerned on my face. But Suki was really like, you know, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's definitely really hurry culture, because tomorrow I'm actually really closing by myself. I barely got in training today, so it's pretty intense. Like, I didn't even learn how the POS system works. I'm just glad that I have some retail background that I can, you know, as I touch things and learn things, it just comes to me. Even though it's a completely different system, it's similar in some ways. It's just closing procedures and all that stuff's annoying. And I gotta get my ID badge tomorrow for work because I can't enter the building because it was a pain in the ass this morning. Again, thank you, boss Suki, just walking in there, giving the security team some attitude. Like, yo, hurry up. Like, I'm too polite. Anyway, currently I'm just trying to chug in a lot of water because I did not get enough water today. Like, not enough.
Cậu ra rồi. Đấy.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Có thể sai.
開支入邊㗎啦係嘛？唔該晒。
it was so hot today. I was kind of disappointed in my adventure today because, well, not that disappointed. In the end, I was able to get in a lot of steps today, so it's not a big deal. But I went to Central, Zhongguan today, and then I went to the two plazas there that are full of rich brands. I went to IFC Mall because I heard it's really pretty there. It was, but usually when it comes to those malls with heavy brands, there's not a lot for me to look at because I'm not a rich pants. And even if I was rich, I wouldn't buy those brands. It looks so tacky. The only really exclusively rich brand or luxury brand I would look at is Moncler because a lot of K-pop artists wear that and it looks good in general. So I would probably get that in the future if I was ever rich. But IFC also has some normal stores that are not crazily overpriced. But then the other mall I went to was all just like bougie luxury brands, and I'm like, ugh. So it was a little disappointing, and I was hoping to get some lunch there, but all the restaurants were overpriced, and I was gonna sit down, but then I'm like, you know what, I need to watch my wallet. Like, I don't have my money in Canada, and haven't gotten paid for my job yet, right? So I'm on a fixed income right now, so I can't overspend, even though the food did look good. I ended up just coming back to my area here near the hotel. Went to a cafe and got a spaghetti bolognese and then a lemon tea for like $50, which is a lot, pretty good. It's like under $10 Canadian, so not bad. And then I went to pick up my laundry, and then I stopped by Machi Machi. Machi Machi's cheaper here in Hong Kong. Look how cute they did it for me. But it's cheaper in Hong Kong. I was very surprised. Oh, this is really sturdy. I thought it'd be like 9-10 Canadian bucks. This was like $6 Canadian, cheaper. I got a mango green tea. That's what I got. I was gonna, drink it in there, but I can't really talk in there, so I didn't. And also, a bunch of these little bitches came in. And, I was prepared to deal with the young generation in Hong Kong because they're pretty foul-mouthed and they're not shy to say things that are inappropriate. They weren't saying anything to me, but their energy is just so bleh. It's hard to describe it. Their energy's not bratty. It's just very, I just don't feel comfortable. So I was like, peace out. I'm out of here. So that's it. That was it. So, okay, let me try this. Come on. So day off today, I guess, was kind of successful. I went out, but it was so hot. And then back in my hotel room, I'm probably I don't know if I'm going to go out anytime soon to get dinner because I ate my lunch so late. I will go out probably a lot later to get something to eat. But now I understand why no one in Hong Kong eats at normal times. Basically, most restaurants, or not even most, almost all restaurants have an afternoon tea special, which is discounted items, and the portion sizes are pretty good. So it usually starts between like 2:30 to like 5 o'clock where they have it, and it's nice pricing, so I understand why no one eats at regular times. So if you decide to eat that discounted menu for lunch, then you're not gonna get that hungry until later. So maybe that's why everyone's so skinny in Hong Kong. Like I did that yesterday at work. Like I had my break at 4:30, went down to a cafe, had like the afternoon discount thing. The meal was pretty big, and since I ate so late, I didn't get hungry at 10, plus I didn't want to eat at 10. So I guess in a way it's going to be to save money because I'm only buying one meal because I'm eating so late. But probably not the most healthiest. What I really, really want is a good salad. Believe it or not, I want a salad. And I've been Googling and there's no where I can get a salad. I need some salad. Those cooked veggies are fine, but I need like a good Caesar salad. If you can find me a Caesar salad, somebody in Hong Kong, that would be great. I'm not going to talk about my work yet. I do have a lot of opinion about it, but I think I'm going to finish out the first week of work before I share it. All I'm going to say is that I think I definitely know why I got hired, and I'm not hopeful. I'll just put it that way. But I'll go over all my thoughts at the end of the work week. I think I've got 2 more shifts. Tomorrow I'm closing, and Saturday I'm opening. I'm clopening. But it's fine. It's fine. it's almost been a full week of work. Yeah, I'll share my thoughts after tomorrow's shift, I think. Anyway, guess what I got today? I Winnie the Pooh! Look at it is! Look at him! Yeah. I guess I'm feeling a little bit lonely, so I got myself a nice, because I don't have any plushies here. And I always have a Winnie the Pooh around. So I saw this one and I'm like, this is really cute. I'm sorry, I need this. And here we go. Because it is like, it's not like I need to hug a plushie to go to sleep. It's just like, my bed's very empty. And when I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it just feels really like sad. There's no life on it. At least there's at least a smiling face at least now with Winnie the Pooh. That's why I get plushies, so my bed doesn't look so sad. I'm not going to talk about work yet, but I'll just talk about how I'm feeling in general as a whole. It's been about 2 weeks now since I've been in Hong Kong all alone, and as predicted, I'm okay. I wouldn't say I'm a homesick or anything like that. It's because, in Vancouver, I'm pretty introverted, and usually I don't see a lot of friends in general because A, I'm busy, B, they're busy, so it's really hard to find time to meet up anyway. And when we do meet up, it's great. But, most of my days off, I'm usually either at home cleaning and catching up of chores, or I'm just at home resting, watching K-dramas, playing video games. So, just being in Hong Kong now, I don't have that desire or need to talk or go out or anything. What I dislike is that on my days off, I still have to go out because they need to clean my room. So I need to go out for at least 1 or 2 hours. And the reason I need to go out is because I don't have a kitchen in this room, so I have to buy food. So I have to leave the room. Like, we're in Vancouver, I don't have to leave my apartment at all because I can just cook food and just chill out all day because I just don't feel like going out. So that's the only downside. And in general, I do miss being able to be like, oh my god, let's hang out. I do miss that a little bit, but that's not a big part of it. I do miss my mom a lot, and it's a little sad that I can't just what I usually do in a week is meet up with her to have dinner. So I can't do that now, but luckily she's visiting in November, so not too bad. Anyway, one more day at work, and then I'm gonna share my thoughts on it. It's a very interesting take. End of another week in Hong Kong. Is this my 3rd week? Because I always forget because I didn't start work until a week afterwards. My 2nd week? 3rd? Okay, whatever. Anyway. So it was also my first full week of work. All I can say is it was not what I was expecting. Working in a department store was not... How can I put this? It was a surprise to me. I'm pretty sure it's because times have definitely changed a lot over the years in Hong Kong. And I think it's just not in Hong Kong either. It's Japan, Korea, anything with these big department stores. Because it's not as busy as it used to be. Especially a big fact in Hong Kong is a lot of travelers from China aren't coming down to Hong Kong anymore to shop. So a lot of them just remain in China area because it's cheaper. So it does cut traffic down by a significant amount because the department store was so dead. And on my days off, I've been actually exploring, and usually where I explore are, big areas, so big plazas or big shopping centers and all kind of stuff. And the malls and plazas and shopping centers all have so much foot traffic, it's ridiculous. But the funny thing I've noticed is that even in those places, even though it's so much foot traffic, a lot of stores are actually quite empty. No one's really shopping, but they still have more foot traffic. But come a department store, it is super dead. Like, even on a weekend today, for example, it was busy a little bit, but it's still kind of dead. Because department stores in Hong Kong, they have a lot of options, right? But the spaces for each company or store is so much smaller. So if me, as a consumer, I'd rather just go to a mall that has a bigger version of what there is. But even then, the malls might have a bigger version of it. It's still not as big, and you might have to go to the department stores to find what you need. But regardless, most of the time, 90% of the time, I think you can find what you need at the mall locations rather than the department store. The only big difference is that department stores might have a promotion going on if you purchase that there, and you might get like a bonus discount or something like that. But I kid you guys not, it is so boring. I've never been so bored in my life. There could be like hours can go by and I don't see a single person walk by. That being said, I still had some transactions. It wasn't a lot, so I was really surprised. And the reason why I wanted to move to Hong Kong to experience the big difference of the hurry culture is that there's lots more people. And it is true, but not in that setting. It's so quiet. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not experiencing the hurry, fast culture of Hong Kong by working in a department store. So I'm a little bit disappointed, and it's this one factor that's making me not want to work there. Another big con and another factor that's making me consider not working at a department store is you work alone a lot. So what usually happens is that the store is opens for 12 hours, and usually one person opens and one person closes. And then the two of you have an overlapping part of 4 hours in the middle. So if I was closing that day, after 6 o'clock, I am usually alone or something. You're basically alone for 4 hours, and time goes by so slowly because it's so quiet. I'm fortunate that all the aunties, or the big sisters, the other people around booths are also alone, and they are always happy to make conversation. They're the sweetest ladies ever, and I hit it off all the surrounding neighbors, and they're really nice to me, and we talk and like, oh, why are you here? Why did you leave Canada? They're very sweet. They keep me well fed. The amount of food and snacks I get from them is just crazy. So, that is a big pro. Like, I'm glad I got along with these aunties. As I always say, you either really like me or you just fucking hate me. So most aunties do end up liking me, just So that's a pro, but it's just so dead. And you work alone constantly. That's not my vibe. It's not what I came to Hong Kong for. So, I'm heavily debating. I'm not going to quit. Let's be honest. I'm not going to quit. I never quit a job unless I have another job to go to, just like right now, right? So I'm going to keep doing this job. Maybe I'll get better because come November, there's like most department stores have a big promotion going on, and, it does pick up the foot traffic. We'll see. But another big disadvantage of working at a department store is that not only am I being employed by my employer, the company, but the department store is technically my employer as well. They always have a lot. They also have say in a lot of stuff, but they really don't. Like, for example, also, The department store people are the rudest, most obnoxious people of all time, especially the older ones, because they're bitter about life. So I didn't know this, but if you work at the department store, you're supposed to use employee bathrooms. I didn't know that because it's my first freaking week. In fact, it's my second day. So I went to the bathroom, and as I'm coming out, this one of the grouch, this old man, let's call him old man. He sees me, and he doesn't say anything. So I go back to my spot, and then 2 minutes pass. He walks by and just goes, "Why the hell are you using the bathroom?" And I'm like, "Hello, who are you?" These are my exact words. I'm like, "Excuse me, who are you?" And he says, "Yeah, blah, blah." He has not introduced himself yet. He says, "You're not supposed to use the bathroom, blah, 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 blah." And he's just going on. And I'm like looking at him. Who are you? Like, first of all, you should say, "Hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. I represent this department store. You should be using the men's bathroom. Yeah, there's an employee bathroom for men's." Like a normal human being. No. I've noticed the older generation in Hong Kong, they tend to be a lot more rude and more bitter because a lot of them, to be honest, a lot of them, when they have their job back then, they kept their job. No matter how unhappy they are, they kept their jobs. And you can tell they hate their jobs. But because back then, I guess they want stability and they got the stability. So no matter how much they hate their job, they won't quit. You can really tell. Like a lot of these specific individual older generation, you can tell that they don't like their job. And they're an archetype. I can say 80% of the department store supervisors that are up there, they're all like bitter. They hate their fucking jobs. So I literally gave him this energy back because my boss, well, not my boss, the person that was training me said that if they give you that energy, you give it back, which is true because they're not my boss. They can't just talk to me like that. So for the first time, I was like, you know what? As much as I like to try to get along with everybody, she had a good point. And she was right. He was extremely rude for no reason. The correct response is, "Hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm part of the department store. Just to let you know, you're not supposed to use this bathroom." That's all you really had to do. No, he just came on and go, "What the hell you need that bathroom, blah, blah, blah." So it's like, okay. So I deliver this energy back. Because at the end of the day, he can't fire me. He's not my boss. All he can really do is complain to my boss, who's in Australia, and she's not gonna give a rat's ass. So it's just funny. So henceforth, that's why I just give the energy back. So aside from that, I just don't like that's kind of like micromanaging at the same time. So, the department stores aren't for me. I want to work at a store. I want to work in a mall in Hong Kong. And I kid you not, you probably see a lot of my footage now, but a lot of the malls in Hong Kong are stunning. A lot of the stores are stunning. Like the Canadian companies like Lululemon, Arc'teryx, that are based in like Vancouver. I've never been so shocked to see how beautiful the stores are here in Hong Kong, and I would never see that in Vancouver. That's how disappointing it is. And Arc'teryx is based in Vancouver, isn't it? Lululemon's a Canadian company, and their stores look like ass compared to the ones in Hong Kong. So it's like, not only is the architecture and the design so cool in the malls, but there's more energy and there's that rush, which I want to experience. That's why I came to Hong Kong. I wanted to see if I can adapt to that. I'm not being able to adapt to anything because it's so quiet. So, I'm going to stick it out because, as I said, it's an easy job. Because it's quiet, it's easy. A majority of the time I am just standing there waiting for a customer. The store's super clean, there's nothing I can do. I'm scrolling through TikTok. I'm scrolling through my phone. I brought my iPad today. I watched like 30 minutes of an episode of Kdrama. Like, great. But at the same time, I don't want to do that. It's a waste of time. So, I know it's only been a week, but again, it's nothing to do with the company, nothing to do with my employees, co-workers, any of that. They're all great. It's the department store environment. So that's never going to change. As easy as this job is, it's not what I want. I want to experience the rush, the hurry, the Hong Kong busy culture. So I'll stick to this job, and then in the meantime, I will start probably looking for another job, but I'm going to look primarily at stores in malls or plazas or on a busier street level. Because a lot of the stores in Causeway Bay are street level and there's so many people walking about. It's so bustling. So, but again, I'm not a big fan of street stores either because crime goes up, but that kind of is a Vancouver thing. So it couldn't be that bad because people here aren't that crazy. So I'm going to look for a store, not a store in a department store. Or, yeah, kind of, yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to keep this job for the time being because you don't want to always, me being me, I'm not leaving a job until I have the job ready to go. But I also learned that the resignation notice is a lot longer. I need to do more research so I don't screw them over. Because I don't want to screw over these guys. They're really nice. I am going to miss the aunties. So, lots of pros and cons. But for the sake of my adventure, I want to work in a store, in a mall or a plaza, not a department store. That's all I really ask. I want to experience Hong Kong. I'm supposed to be adapting. There's nothing for me to adapt to. Right now, the only thing I'm adapting to is the weather. Anyway, there's going to be more stories about this stupid department store employees being a dick to me. There's a lot. But that bathroom thing was the most stupidest thing ever. Just like, bitch, I'm new. Anyway, I rambled on for like 10 minutes probably now, so I'm going to stop and end the week probably right here. I'm off tomorrow, and then I'm working Monday closing shift, I believe. So yeah. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I am pretty tired, so I'm going to sleep a lot. And then I might go out for another adventure. We'll see. But my adventures always end up being in a mall. There's so many malls. I just want to experience it. Like today, the one I went to was so cool. Anyway, getting off track. I'm going to end the vlog here because I've been rambling long enough. So I'll see you all next week.